What is going on, y'all? Shout out to Chris with the super chat right out the gate. Welcome to Joel Friday TV. I am Joel Friday. Welcome to the show. Few announcements before we get started. Hit that like button, smack it. Lay the smack down on the like, subscribe, and share button. Tell your peoples about the show so we get the subscribers up and the message out. Do it now. Help a brother out. As you guys know, we are a talk show and we are live every Monday through Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And at any point during the show, guess what you can do? You know what you can do. You can call in at 888-775-3773. 888-775-3773. That's my black clap. Make sure you guys call in. If for whatever reason you can't call in, but you still have a question or comment, or you just want to support the show, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JoelFridayTV. The link is in the description on YouTube. If you don't want to type it all out, you know how the Gen Z millennials do. We lazy. So we want to click a link. So if you want to click a link, you can go to the YouTube description or go directly to the YouTube live chat. Hit the super chat button there. I'll read your question or comments live on air. Amazing stuff. We are live also on Facebook, Instagram, punchy.tv, and on YouTube. So you can watch the show and hop in the comment section on any of those platforms. Whatever makes the most sense for you, you can go and do it there. Amazing stuff. I got some stuff, and I got some calls too that I want to get to. What I want to do first is kind of lay the groundwork of the show. Kind of, get into the topic. And then from there, we just kind of go with the flow of life. You know what I mean? So, callers, I got some callers on the line already. I love it. I will get to you guys in a second. Be patient. I got a little message that I want to get out first. Little topic. And then I'll get to the calls. Cool? Cool. Okay. So, let me prepare. I got a clip I want to show you guys too, so I'm gonna make sure I have the clip ready to go and everything. But I was just thinking, and we shouldn't be thinking. No, I'm just playing. I was reflecting, and over time I was just like, huh. And what this topic was just making sense to me more and more over time. Through just life and just experiences. And I realized that all people have blind spots, right? All people have blind spots. Some maybe have more than others. Some may be really blind. And some are just a little blind. But either way, blind is blind is blind. And we all have blind spots. And what are blind spots? Blind spots are blind spots. Blind spots. He black. Blind spots are areas in our life that we just don't understand and we can't see. Right? Things we just can't see. And everybody got them. Everybody doesn't know everything, right? Everybody's still in the process of learning, overcoming, making sense of life, understanding. So when we don't understand, we're in the dark about things. That's just natural. That's just part of life. But there's also blind spots that come from deception, right? Because the enemy is always in the mind. Ooh, he's busy. Always in the mind, just with a plot and a scheme, right? And all he has to do is make you believe it a little bit, and then you get the feelings, right? And the feelings confirm it. It's a wrap at that point. The feelings that come with the thoughts confirm the lies from the enemy, right? So we end up being deceived. We think something is real that it's not. We think something is true that is false. And we just can't see clear. We get clouded. And if you think that's not you, I'll just bring it to a basic thing. Any person that you see attractive, any person that you like, oh, okay, like, dang, shawty. Or dang, what do girls say to the guys? Dang, hottie. I don't know what the girls say. What do the girls say to each other with their friends? Like, oh, he's hot. I don't know what they say. But anytime any of that happens, that's part of the mind. That's a blind spot. Because, and we don't want to make a big deal out of these things, right? We don't want to, overreact, but it's making you see with the wrong eyes. So everybody in some degree, is believing a lie. And when you believe a lie, you go blind. So with that being said, I realized that what happens is, in our blindness, God has to draw us in. And that's the only way that we can now see, right? God has to draw us in. And what he does is he draws us in with the light. And the light shines on the darkness. And that's how you see. You see with the light. But what's happening is he renews our mind, right? He renews our minds. He gives us understanding. He gives us insight. And when he does that, he allows us to, wisdom. And what wisdom does is when the lie comes, now your defense is wisdom, your new understanding of life. So now that temptation or that thought that once affected you doesn't affect you as much, or it doesn't affect you anymore because now you have wisdom and understanding about the situation. So Satan can't tempt you with that like he once could. So God has to draw us in, but we don't draw ourselves in. God draws us in. But what happens is when we start waking up and we start seeing is we start judging. Ooh, this is good. This is good. The more we start seeing, the more we start judging, right? And the very moment that we start judging, we go back in the dark. We go blind, thinking that we're seeing, right? But there is no sight in judgment. So we go back in the dark, thinking that we're seeing, so we judge. But the only reason why we judge is because we think that others have control. We think others can do something about their blindness, though we did nothing about ours. You ain't did nothing about the blindness that we have. We don't do nothing about it. God draws us in by grace through faith. Don't make me pull out the scripture. I'll pull out the Bible verse again, and Zenny will be proud. Zenny is a Bible thumper for those who don't know in the YouTube chat. But, that's why we judge for the most part, right? We judge because we think that people have control. So we get mad. We get mad and we look down because we're like, why are you acting like that? Why are you behaving? We all do it. I'll speak for myself. I do it. I've done it. But the difference is now having that understanding, I'm more aware of it. So I don't get caught up. I don't get lost in it. You know what I mean? And God's drawing me out. But yeah, when we judge that we're blind, we go blind. And I realize, and then I'm off this, and I have a clip that I want to play for you guys. Is that there's kind of a beauty in the blindness, without being too hippie and fluffy. There's a little bit of beauty in the blindness because And the way God set it up is like genius. Because there's a secret to being humble, because God can't speak to you. God can't renew your mind. God can't lead you out of the darkness. God can't guide your path. God can't help you overcome. God can't give you things. Nothing until you're humble, right? Until you're humble. And I realize that the secret to, not really a secret, but for the sake of conversation, the secret to being humble is, it's an easy thing. Is that if you're blind, you wouldn't know. That's the secret to being humble. And honestly, that's what helps me check myself. Is that, and that's why I always say that I could be wrong, right? Because if you're blind, you wouldn't know. And God set it up that way so you can always not doubt yourself. I'm not saying you should doubt yourself. Because when I'm saying that, I'm not doubting myself, saying I could be wrong. No, I believe this to be true, right? But I'm saying that if you're blind, you wouldn't know. So don't be so hell-bent. I could say hell, right? It's the daytime, but it's okay. Don't be so hell-bent on trying to, I don't know, make it right. When in actuality, if you're blind, you wouldn't know. And how, the last point I want to make about that is there's always a chance that there's something that needs to be learned or something that you're missing, or maybe you don't have the entire, the full picture. And I love the way that's how it's set up, because it makes you always be in a place of correction. Always be in a place of an empty cup. And at any point, if your ego is out of control, it's because you think that you know. You think that you got it. And just remember, if you're blind, you wouldn't know. So that's all I'm saying. And I want to give you guys an example. Joel's wrong. Don't say hell, kids. Don't say hell. Don't say hell. Don't say hell, kids. Joel blocked. So I have a clip I want to play you, because since we're talking about blindness, we're talking about blindness. We're talking about blindness. And people are just blind and can't see. Blind, we just did the whole thing. Blind and can't see. So I have a little clip of some blindness. And let's just get to it. This is from Instagram. Yeah, Instagram. And I guess these are boxers. And they're in a gym, and they did a video because maybe they thought it was going to go viral, and it did go viral. So they, the mission accomplished, I guess. But I thought it was a little bit interesting. Let's play it. They think they're so cute. Why they think that that's cute? Why they think that that's cute? How do we know that's not all boys? I can't know. I need to check IDs. A birth certificate. What is her birth certificate right there? I need it. I need to know if this is girls or boys. And I think that they thought this was gonna be cute and attractive, like maybe sexy. But it makes me question their gender. I just wondering out loud. Are they for sure girls? Are they for sure girls? Just wondering, because is that cute? Maybe that's cute to some people. Maybe that's cute. Maybe that's cute to, they look like Gen Z, so maybe that's cute to Gen Z boys. Like, oh, she can throw a punch. But they kind of look a little buff and not real shapy. So it kind of made me wonder. Show me that birth certificate. All of them. I need birth certificates for all of them. And I need IDs for all of them. I got to be sure, because that wasn't cute. You got makeup on, your hair did in a dress, but that ain't cute. And somebody told them in their mind that that was cute. Let's do a video. And it went viral, and people were saying, I guess people think it's cute. But just know Satan is busy on everybody's mind like that. Thank God that as we start waking up, the common sense starts kicking in. So maybe we catch ourselves before we go too far. But Lord have mercy. I just had to show you guys that. Don't be intimidated. I am intimidated. But they're probably young. They're probably all about in high school, 16. But yet, me intimidated. Yep. Do not want to fight. Not none of them. No. I need your birth certificate first. I need to see what are you? I will not be arguing with them. Why, Fred? Do you think that that's attractive, Fred? Fred think it's attractive. That's why. I think Zenny too. I think Zenny and Fred think that that's attractive. Zenny and Fred are frequent callers and watchers of the show. Those who don't know, and I think that they like that. They like that. They like that like strong, tough, buff looking type of lady. That makes sense. It makes sense now. Anyway, I'm done with that. I just wanted to make the point that, yeah, we just judge because we don't understand that people can't, that people don't have control of their life. We don't have control of our lives. God draws us in. And he's the one that does the changes. So all we can do is wish people well. We just have to wish them well. And remember that we were once even more blind than we are now. And we may still be blind in a lot of areas. So anyway, Joelle never wants to see a woman throw a punch again and like, I remember I told you guys the story when I was in kindergarten or something like that. I was in a karate class and I had to box a girl. I was sweating bullets. I remember this. I was sweating because I did not want to karate with her. I didn't want to karate her. And I remember that if I throw her to the ground, I had to get on top of her and pin her. And that was so awkward to me. It was just not right. So I had to do it, and I felt wrong, and I'm traumatized to this day. So I just don't think the lady should be boxing. I mean, you can know how to throw a punch, but don't come on. I shouldn't have to check the birth certificate. I'm just saying. But anyway, let's get to some calls and stuff. Let me first check super chats, see if we got some super chats here. And then I'm going to get to some calls. There's something that a topic that I wanted to get to. Let me see. 888-775-3773. There are some lines open if you want to get in there. Wish them ladies well. Don't judge. That's right. That's right, CG. Okay, so let me go to, and callers be patient. I'll get to you all in a second here. Let me go to Terry out of Oregon. Terry, welcome to the show. You're on the air. T-Bird.
Thanks for a nickname. It's nice to have a new one.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a good one. Yeah, thank you.
Nice. So I asked Terry to call in because she was talking, we were talking a little bit about mediums. And she said that she used to be a medium. And at one point in time, a medium had, like, I guess foretold my future or something. And I wanted to ask about that. So, Terry, you used to be a medium?
Yes.
And what is that exactly?
A medium is, there's different specialties that different mediums will have, but it's somebody who's able to communicate with spirits or obtain messages from spirits. So they may have different abilities to either hear them or see them. They may be able to like go into different states and get like messages, quote unquote, from these spirits. So I specialized in specifically speaking to like the dead, and I also I had also did like other forms of like psychic work. Like I read tarot cards. I also did people's astrological charts for them. Like I would interpret that kind of stuff. I was interested in all kinds of
So how did you
things that I repent from now.
Well, how did you channel that? How did that become a thing?
I mean, I always had like kind of weird experiences throughout my life, but it became, I guess, an obsession when I was about 25. I lived in this house and I started having these I had an extreme haunting experience that terrified me. Like, it started with like a nightmare. Oh, I don't know. It didn't really start with that because I lived there for years, but I'd had weird experiences living there. Like I felt like I was being watched a lot, and I saw things, and I had like the blankets pulled off of me one time. I looked in the mirror at night and I saw a reflection that wasn't mine, which like terrified me.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty crazy.
I saw like orbs, and other people in the house also had like experiences as well. But it got really bad. It's where I was like being physically attacked, and it was like nightly. So I was trying to figure out some kind of way to deal with the haunting.
Like when you say physically attack, what exactly, if you can give us one example that you experienced?
Well, it started with a dream I had where I was like walking down the sidewalk and there was this black figure that kind of walked past me. And I just kind of like, I did a double take in my dream because I was like, wait, you're not supposed to be here.
Right.
And then I like ran up to it to like confront it. And then I woke up and I felt this like massive pressure on me. And I like kind of like pressed, I don't know, like I leapt up like unnaturally. Like I ended up like jumping up from my laying prone on my back, and then like I was in this squatting position, and then I saw this like massive like shadow like come off of me and go across the room. And then when I like stared across the room, I saw this apparition that was kind of shaped like, I don't know, a devil or something. Yeah, it's freaky. So, and then it started attacking me like nightly. Like I couldn't sleep because as soon as I would get in the bed, like I would feel it like shaking the bed or like punching me or pinching me or just, it's crazy, Joelle.
So how did you get into, so from there you're like, wait, these can kind of be my friends. Let me talk to them, that type of thing. How did you get into?
I was trying to look for a way to deal with it. And I'd been a Christian as a child, but I'd strayed from my faith. And I was kind of, I would say, in active rebellion at that time. I was, going through other forms of like deception already where I believed like lies. And so for me, I wasn't going to like go to Christianity to try to like solve my problem. So I was looking into the New Age for some kind of way to empower myself. And I think, it worked because as long as I lived in that house, I experienced haunting, but I started to move out of that house. So once I moved out of that house, it stopped, but that's when I really started becoming into like actually doing these practices. So I started reading tarot, and I honestly feel like the demons stopped attacking me because they'd won me over. Like I felt like it was the way I was recruited. Yeah.
So what made you interested in it at that point after moving out? Because at first it scared you, then you moved out. What made you like interested in it?
Well, I found later I knew growing up that I'd had like some kind of level of, weird psychic stuff going on. And on my dad's side, there were psychics. And on my mom's side, I found out there's also psychics. And so it's a generational curse in my family, like that.
So then you started
something that gets passed on, through Are you familiar with the concept of familiar spirits that follow family?
I've heard that. My sister used to be like, she used to have these like similar experiences where she would see figures and feel things and feel energies, and she was always like seeing like negative spirits. And I used to always grow up. She was my older sister. I used to always be like, "What are you talking about?" But she used to like scream sometimes. She used to run. She used to like be afraid. So yeah, I definitely know what you're talking about, at least from outside perspective.
So for me, I thought I was empowering myself by like becoming educated, learning like techniques of how to banish or handle these things. That was really what I was going into. And then also I saw like becoming, working in this field as a way of like overcoming, and I didn't during the time that I was working as a medium, even though I was having these really intense experiences, I didn't have any of like the psychic attacks. Although I did have other experiences, which now I put together in my mind were probably a different kind of spiritual attack, and obviously it wasn't good at all.
So when you got into the medium stuff and you started doing the psychic stuff, and how did that work? So like you would tell people's future, or you would speak to the spirits and they would tell you somebody's future, or how would it work?
No, I didn't really believe in predicting the future because I don't think it's really written yet.
Oh, okay.
Or at least that was my interpretation. So when people would want like, definite answers about their future, I didn't do that kind of stuff. Usually what I would do would be like an interpretation of their, like when people come to me for a reading, we'd like and analyze kind of their situation that they're in now.
Huh.
Or their past maybe, or if they wanted me to contact a spirit, then I would do that. Like one of their dead relatives or something, then I'd do that.
Interesting. So I have a so I guess I came across a person that used to do that stuff, and you can let me know what she was saying because I still don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Is she had reached out to me on I think it was TikTok or Instagram or something, and she started telling me stuff. And I didn't know who she was or nothing, but
Unsolicited?
I don't remember. I don't remember if I asked after she said I'm a
Mm-hmm.
medium. I don't remember, but I'll tell you what she told me. And she said that my future wife was gonna have long hair or had long hair and a nice smile and a dog. And then she said that my dead aunts approved of her. And I was like, she said that she's like, I you have an aunt, huh? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, is she dead? And I was like, yeah. She said, well, your dead aunt and my other aunt, they say that they approve of this person.
Mm.
What was that?
I have no idea. I mean, I don't know where she, got it from or how it came to her. Like, I would see things in my mind. I'd get, like, images that I'd have to interpret. Or sometimes I would see actual, like, I don't know, spirits in my mind's eye, when I was doing that kind of work. I don't know how to exactly describe that. But, yeah, I never predicted what somebody's future wife was going to look like.
So you would be able to.
I just think that's like silly. I think.
Yeah, I felt kind of weird a little bit, but like she was kind of making some valid points, like putting like connecting dots that I don't know how she would know, that type of thing. So I was kind of but something still kind of seemed off. But when you say a couple questions, and then I got to get to these other calls.
Yeah.
But when you say that you were doing these things to, like, with certain people, were you telling them, like, say if they had negative experiences happening in their life, you would explain that, oh, you have a demon attached to your back right now, I'm looking at them, type of thing?
No. I mean, I did have people come in to me if they've had like a paranormal experience. And so I'd go into their home and like, do a reading of the actual space and see what kind of spirits were in there. I never saw like somebody have a demon necessarily attached to them. I mean, I've seen them, like, I do see that in people though. Like if I'm talking to someone, I've seen it come over like their face, where I'll get like.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm sure, but you don't need to be a medium to see that. Sometimes you just need to be aware.
That's funny that you say that. I know what you're talking about too, because I've seen that one time in a person. I won't say who, but there was a person that I knew, and I seen, and we were arguing, and I seen the demon in the face. It was the craziest thing. Like it was, but clear. I could see it like coming through the face. And then one time that same person I told, in the name of Jesus, at another instance, I said, in the name of Jesus, I cast that unclean spirit out of you. And the person was yelling at me, and then they all of a sudden went calm. I was like, well, this is real. This is, the movies are telling the truth on this one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, a lot of people do have, I mean, we know people have spirits in them that are driving them. I mean, I had it too. Yeah.
Well, that's interesting, Terry. I appreciate you taking the time to call in and answer those questions, because I didn't know for sure what she was talking about. And, the future thing that you said, that nobody knows what the future is for the most part, right? At least that we think we don't know. But
Well, and I think they also give us factual information. Like I mentioned that, like we'll say we're going to meet somebody, and then you meet this woman that has long hair and a nice smile and a dog, and then you think this might be my wife.
Oh, okay. So
then you like jump on it, and then it turns out this woman's got a demon in her that's out to destroy you.
Okay, that's what I wanted to add. My last question, real quick: the facts versus the truth thing. So. So explain the facts thing one more time. You're saying that they'll tell you certain things.
They may give you information that's accurate. They may tell you stuff that's true, but you're being deceived through the process.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I see.
And that person is deceived, and you're being deceived because you're seeking the truth, which only comes through a connection with God. And everything you're doing is putting the material world, all of this nonsense before God's revelation to you.
Yeah, I agree. So that's a great point. That's a great point. Yeah. And then
I totally repent of my occult activities. It was wrong, and I'm so glad that I've been like delivered from it.
Right on, Terry. You're all right.
Yeah, I'm all right for a white chick.
I appreciate you, Terry, for calling in and explaining that. That makes a lot of sense, especially with the facts versus the truth thing. So thank you.
All right.
Have a good one.
Thank you for inviting me on. Take care.
Yeah, no problem. Bye. Right on. That's true about the deceive thing. Ooh. Because when she was telling me that, I was like dwelling on that. The other girl, the other medium, when she told me that, I was like, okay. But then something still felt kind of weird. And then it make you start like looking around like, wait, black hair, nice teeth. That ain't it. That's deception. So right on, Terry. She's on the money with that, I think. Let me move on. Let me move on. Callers, be patient. I'm going to get to you. 888-775-3773. There are some lines open if you want to hop in there. Thanks, Terry, for the call. A girl with long hair and a smile. Long black hair, a nice smile, and a dog. And I don't even like dogs or animals. So I was like, red flag right there. You wrong, lady. Wrong. Let me go to Serge out of Texas. Serge, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Thanks, Joel. How are you?
How's it going, Serge? Long time no talk.
All is well, man. All is well.
Right on.
You see my little comment?
I know you said that you're going to find a wife before me.
I told you, man.
Oh, you found one?
No.
Oh. How you know?
I know, man, because I'm over here working on my little thoughts. And it's amazing, man, when you just really, you know how just it's always like, man, y'all not doing the work. And I'm like, man, that'd be hitting hard when he be saying that.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man. And so when he said that, and I'm just like, I finally realized like how everything got to go, man. It's just this need to want to fulfill God's role and him saying, oh, you got to be a provider and you got to have your family like this and like that. You just let it all go, man. And you just live and you'll see.
Yeah.
And I've just been seeing, man. And it's been great. Yeah. It's been great. I just wanted to say another comment. Y'all some thumpers. Y'all are some thumpers. Everywhere I go, it's a thumper.
Where?
You talk about so you said cast it out in the name of Jesus. They was cops.
No, hey, that was a real situation. And I tried it. I was like, you know what? Let me just see. Cause I sensed, I could see that this person was like really, really possessed. And I was like, you know what? Let me try this. Cause somebody I know close to me told me that it ain't a game. This is real. And we hear it all the time about people are possessed and stuff like that. And then I said it, and the person calmed down, and I was like, "Oh shoot, this real." So I use it on people all the time now. Now I'm playing with it, but go ahead.
My thought on that would be: could you have not said those words, and it could have still been a calming situation without saying those exact words?
That's a good question. I think that those words, there's a reason why those words are used in a specific situation when the I don't know, the popes or whoever do the exorcism, the exorcist person does those things, those ceremonies. There's a reason why it's said in that way, because there's power in using that against the demon and the spirit inside the
Oh,
person.
it's power in the name?
There's power in the name. So when you say
In the English name. So could you have said it in Spanish or Hebrew?
same thing, it doesn't matter the language. It's just
Assyrian?
it wouldn't matter the language. It's more so of what's being said. The demons don't like the name Jesus or it's really just the intention behind it. So that moment, and I'm joking when I say I walk around saying it to people, because that would be weird. But that moment definitely called for it, and it was appropriate, and it made sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I don't got much else to say. I just wanted to call in, let you know I'm working on myself, and I know that's the key to get the little family.
You said a good thing I want to mention real quick, is that I like that you said that you gotta just let go of the idea of leading and being a man, or what? Say it again, what you said, so I don't misquote you.
Yeah, you gotta let go of what the ideas that you think God has on you that you're supposed to do.
Yes.
And just live, and you'll see it.
Exactly. That's the perfect place to be, and not trying to be nothing or none of that. I love that, Serge. I appreciate that, man. Good point.
Yo, great shows, man. You've been on fire.
Thank you, man.
I'll miss a show, man. I'll be ready.
Right.
For the Joel Friday, the Joel Thursday show, because you be cooking. I'm gonna call you Joel Curry. You've been hitting every shot, man.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you, Serge. Call me again.
Yep. We'll talk soon.
All right, man. Right on. Joel Curry. Amazing stuff. I'm gonna keep moving the calls. Let me just check and see here. Serge, right on that one. I don't know. All the other guys in the chat, I don't know. Serge working on himself. He might pass y'all up. I remember chat used to get on Serge, but I don't know. He working. He about to pass everybody up. That's hilarious. Let me go to Greg. Oh. Yeah, Greg out of Los Angeles. Greg, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, what's up, Joel? It's Gray.
Oh, Gray.
Yeah.
Okay, the call screener might have thought you said Greg. But go ahead.
Good, man. How you doing?
What's up, Gray? All is well, man.
Yeah, all is well here too. No, I just wanted to touch on the fortune teller medium thing. I had a very interesting run-in with one of these type of people, and the quick story is I was just chilling in my car, and it was around the time I was seeing this girl, and she was kind of on my mind, and at the same time I had this back pain. Everything was happening at that moment. And this older guy walks up to me, and he knocks on my window, and it kind of startled me at first. And I was like, oh, shit. Oh, sorry. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And then he goes, your heart, you're here right now, but your heart is somewhere else. And then I look him in the eyes, and his eyes looked very, like if he was going blind almost. And he goes your heart is here. You're here right now, but your heart is not here. It's with that girl you're just thinking about right now. And then he goes, and then he goes, and I know you have back pain. You've been dealing with back pain. And I look at him like, what the?
Yeah.
And then he goes, and mind you, I'm not that type of person who's ever seen ghosts. I don't believe in none of this stuff. I believe that you got to be at a certain frequency to believe that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Like the same way you have to kind of be in the same frequency to believe into anxiety, depression, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at him. I was like, how do you know that? He's like, I know. He's like, I know your heart is with that girl right now. And I was like, oh man, that's crazy. And I started smiling. And he goes like, He's like, yeah. And he pulls out a wallet, and he just kind of opens it up, and he puts it like in front of my face. And I'm looking at him like, well, what do you want me to do with this, you know?
Yeah.
He goes like, go ahead. And I was like, go ahead what? Like, put the money in. And I look at him, I was like, what money? And he's all like, the money. I was like, I don't got no money. And I started laughing. And he goes like, oh, man. And he closes his wallet and just walks away.
What? So what'd you get from that?
Well, what I got from that was, because I heard you say right now, there's a difference between truth and facts. So the revelation I got from that right away was like, this dude might have asked the devil for this type of power.
Okay.
But the devil will give you those things.
Yeah.
But you'll come to find out that there's still like a twisted version of what you asked for. Like, you think that he'll give you the power of reading people's minds or something, and that you might benefit from that. But when he realized he wasn't getting no money, it's like, dude, you're walking around Earth. Maybe you have this gift or not.
Yeah.
But you can't even get paid for it.
Yeah.
So you're miserable.
Yeah. So it was more so like it was a means of him like thinking he was going to get something out of it.
Yes, like he thought he was like, he had amazed me, and he was just I was just gonna blindly be like, here's my money.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah.
But
even though he had he had some facts that he brought that were kind of like, yeah. Interesting.
So that girl that told you that stuff, you know, who knows? You know, it might be real. These people, who knows what kind of, you know, connection they have with, like, the devil and stuff. But it all comes from that. Like, yes, they might have these facts, but they're still miserable and cannot even make a living. That's why all these, like, tarot reading girls, they ain't making a living off this.
Yeah.
Like, so I guess some are, but I could see, like, it's a wasted, whatever you ask for, it's, like, not really what it is.
It's not like an anointing. It's not like anointed or guided by God. Because if so, they would be taken care of in that way. And it would kind of like, it would make sense in such a way to where you felt that it wasn't weird or I don't know, something off about it. I agree. Yeah, that's a good point, because sometimes I'll be thinking, like, wait, was it true? Like, and I know that's, and I'm glad that I'm talking to you and Terry about it, because I know that in the mind, Satan is busy. Like, well, remember what that said, or remember what that, maybe that's, and you shouldn't think like that in general, and that's all just temptation. You just be present and just let life happen, type of thing. So. That's interesting, man.
Dude, that was the most, I can never forget that guy, like the look in his eyes, like he was almost like blind or something. But
wow.
And he almost looked like a Middle Eastern guy.
Interesting.
And, he randomly walked up to my car. And I was like, that was the devil? or some form of it? But it's so funny how even the devil, what you ask him for, he still will slap you in the face with it.
Yeah. That's true.
Like, you want riches, you lost your whole family. You know?
Yeah.
You want this, you lost dad. So that was his thing. Like, maybe you were in some type of pact with it, and you knew some stuff.
Yeah.
But you still couldn't even get money from it.
Yeah, you couldn't even make a living or get paid. You got to ask for it. Yeah. Good point, man. I appreciate that, Gray. Very interesting.
Yeah, bro. No, like I said, that was crazy, bro. But I appreciate you taking the call.
Yeah, no problem, man. Call me again.
All right, bro. Have a good one.
All right, you too. Man. You can't tell me stuff like that. You can't tell me, because I'm like a benefit of the doubt, optimistic type of person. So I'll be giving people the benefit of the doubt and be like, wait, they might be smart. And then I'll be thinking about what they said, and then like it'll be in the back of my mind. And meanwhile, it's a mess. You know what I mean? So I've never been the type to be seeing spirits and stuff like that. Don't want to be, don't have an interest. Because I've been seeing the way my sister be reacting to the things that she see, or she used to see. And I be like, I believe you. You scared, I'm scared with you. I believe you. You saw it. I don't want to see it. I believe you saw it. So that's enough for me. So yeah, I never been into that. My little brother too, he be seeing stuff be happening to him. He be telling me stories. I'm like, what you guys be into? It don't be happening to me like that. And I don't want to. And I don't be acting like I'm courageous about it. Nope. I don't be saying that, oh, that's a beta. You keep that over there. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but listen. I don't need to know, don't need to want to know. But interesting stuff. I do believe it's all trickery though. It's all deception. What a mess. Let me check here. Just don't react to it. Yeah. And yeah, you don't have to not believe it either though. You know, you don't want like the mind to say, you don't want to now be like, well, I'm just gonna think it's not true. It's all a lie. You don't definitely want to be that either. You don't want to deny it. You just don't want to be nothing about it. That's how I feel. Don't believe into it. Don't not believe into it. Because, hey, maybe there's some points in there. Maybe there's a little bit of reality in there. Who knows? But don't get caught up in it. The devil plays Christian good too. Yeah, that's true. Let me see here. Just checking chats. Interesting stuff. CG says, we will know when it's God and when it's the devil playing God. Yeah, that's true. It will be revealed. You will know. You will know. Some are definitely signs and truths, but that wasn't it. Yeah, I think there could be a little something in there. Preying on the thrillers, though, it's basic stuff. But when I tell you about casting this, the in the name of Jesus, I cast that unclean spirit out of you, that's real. That ain't no deception. That's a real thing. And I don't advocate for people walking around doing that to angry people or people who they think that they, but in a certain situation that I used it, it was real. Because I saw the demon. Clear as day on the face. On the demon in the flesh. I saw it. And I know I saw it. I had no doubt, zero doubt that was a demon. Not one little even nothing. It was a demon within that person. And when I said those words, the demon left. At least for a second. It came back the next day, I think. But it left that person. It did. And the person was like, I even asked the person, I was like, did you not realize you were overreacting? And they're like, yeah, you're right, I was overreacting. Wow. Like they even noticed it. So that exorcism stuff there's some reality in that. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, what a mess. I gotta end, you guys. That's it for JFTV. Psychologists will say it's the placebo effect, Joel. Yeah, and the scientists will put all these type of names on it. No, you just on the spectrum. You just what's that thing? what's that thing? Where they you autistic. You autism. They'll put that on it and make you identify with it, and now you think that that's who you are, and you never overcome. Ain't a mess? Scientists got to go and ruin everything. They smart, but come on. All right, guys. Until next time, I'll be back here tomorrow. More mess. Who knows what we get into? Only the Lord knows. And stay away from the demons and all that good stuff. All right, guys. Bye.